Endwalker 2 Boogaloo. Get into it. Aetheryte test subjects all aboard. A little longer. That's fine. Shouldn't be that bad. I probably won't go beyond this tonight, though.
Right, we're all set. Just the 4 of you, was it?
Because I'm running into time constraints.
I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
Nice.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Uh-huh. Pluck us out if we get stuck. Exactly.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Estinian gets to watch this and just Lamau. Yeah, you have point A node, you have point B node.
Last thing.
Oh no.
You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Vom, all aboard the Vom rocket. Let's go. Oh, this man. Poor Estinian. Just a teensy-weensy touch of ethereal sickness, though. It's fine. Oh, please tell me it's going to comically whiz over. Nah, it's just going to warp over. I would have laughed if it just comically just, like, whizzed across the screen.
Thavnir, home to city-state Radz-at-Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy.
Really teasing us with that alchemy class that'll never come.
Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
That's a large crystal. I live. I'm fine.
Across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh, nope. Now I'm sick. Tiny violent ethereal sickness, right?
What chance?
Oh, he held in there for a hot minute. He tried. He's like, I'm so lucky I've been here before.
Against such an insidious foe.
I feel like, oh god, it feels like this would be awful. It's just dead. Oh, yeah, your guys just gone. God. The urge to vom is so strong. Oh my god. Lost Hellmire. Oof.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Oh, that's rough.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
Estinian's having to be the trip sitter. Oh my god, no. I need this in my life. You and the crew after a heavy night of drinking and raiding.
With Kryle's instructions.
That one friend who just becomes the trip sitter.
Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Oh no! Oh no. It's the Scion. No, we gave him the Scion's credit card. Will you stop your people? Give me your condition. Will you be able to reach Justinian in time? Oh no. Exactly. This is why. 100%. I would have appreciated a debuff here, actually. That, like, slowed your movement. Oh, right. Oh, like that. Yeah, exactly. I just ingressed into that. Fucking imagine going through a hellgate and then just vomiting. Oh. That'd be rough. Just with the markets, exactly. Justinian! Before I vom! Either I need to drink something that helps with ether sickness. Is that a traveler? I mean, greetings, and welcome. You're wise to come to me. My special armor lasts me with only the finest and fresh ingredients. Is famed for calming unruly bellies. Oh, look at this Chad that just walked up to me. What a Chad. Warm welcome to Thavnir. I am pleased to offer you for the low price of 19,800 gil for not one, but 3 bottles. Don't. Justinian, please! Is high road robbery you want to say as much Justinian anywhere's a meaning accompanied by your last meal? Exactly. Deny. I could barely stand. Did you tell me that this is so urgent? Remarkably bad. Shouldn't buy the last thing. That merchant is swindling me? Yes. If you have my price confused, actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles lassie. Usually would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. It's better. Bottle for you, take the others and get some rest. I mean, fair, Justinian just... He hasn't really had to, you know, deal with it because, you know, Knight of the, Knight of Dravania, right? Hasn't really had to care. Ow. This would be rough. I imagine Rev feels when he streams. God. By the 12, my stomach doth loosen. Heartful thanks to the Justinian to the fine fruits of this land. You were in time, you spared us Tadaru's wrath. Sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. That was rough. Of the crafting economy. Look, I don't even just buy it. I'm ready to get on with it. Lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Nice. I bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against the heat, short of shedding my armor. I mean, fair. May I ask where you got the cord for it? Local vendor, man said it was the Thanavarian weave. Tough and not easily unraveled. Oh, Justinian, please! How much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steel, I was told. There's nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. This is just the crafting economy. That's incredible. I just say not even alcohol. Hold a candle to you. That's... That much for glamour does sound right, though. I agree with that assessment. Does seem excessive, unusually so. Climbing Thavnir as its dominion, the nation of Radz-at-Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were Arcasadra, a Matanga tribe indigenous to the island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their mingling, a culture risked and instinct to emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the product of Hannish culture hath come to be celebrated and converted the world over, not only aided by the nation's prime locations waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading post at Radz-at-Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted, nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither which would see any evidence given, the merchants in the gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, the opportunistic pricing is rampant, doth suggest the oversight and much weakened may have the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it would be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. New outfit in STO hoof. Prudent and practical, we not to lose, but learning more. So ere we seek out Kryle's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Gildamad? Place would be very, like, humid. Hot and moist. Didn't exactly off Flying Star, but I'm sure I'll make up for it. We still got away with two of them, two more Lassie, hell yeah. Let's split up and take inquiries of town. Appear as yours. Once we have learned what we can, we rip the Aetheryte, off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Money attack. Oh, exactly. I mean, it also pays to... It also does pay to craft and do your own stuff when you can. I don't know, I'm more of a gatherer. Like, I'll give people stuff, and I'll let them craft it, but I'll gather the stuff 100%. Crate is laden with fruits. They are on the verge of spoiling as if they've been left too long. Got my own glam. I mean, honestly, worth respect. That's 200 Zen right there. Gazing out with their period spy boats moored off nearby isles with the silhouettes of large seafaring vessels further away. Compared to other ports you've visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. So, yeah, it's definitely been seeing a lot less commerce. A lot less visitation. What do I do? Over recording my sales. Still do it out of daily habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything now these days. Business has never been this terrible. I suppose things could even be worse. I have the consortium to keep afloat, like Halsall. Don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. Give him a moment, perhaps you could pay Halsall a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as you not, you'll find him at Saltwind Sails, Harbor Guild, building across the water from here. Yeah, I haven't even done the Gemstone Trader. I hear I need to at some point. I guess you're supposed to do him last. I was actually curious how they handled that dialogue. If they were intended to do last, or if it locked it behind the it's interesting, actually. Isn't travel Eurosite in these unsettled times? People have given us wide berth since the Crystara suddenly appeared on Nuranar. This sudden loomed honestly. Perhaps things would be fine after fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell feeds as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host, but the business is good as dead. Become of us, only gods know. You're going pretty well, T-Slayer. How about you? Elephant people are absolute chads. I love them. Cornelia reference? Probably. I mean, Vothri is pretty close. Dalmasins aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are they supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling isn't going to help. All we know is that their plans have changed and that's it. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself and the provinces are in chaos. Now that there's a tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities, the city has its defenses, but we've afforded no protection out here. Can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. This will be an enormous loss. All right. Forget about the Damasan. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicraft, medicines, all of the perennial Hanish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all of these things, Kazel. I do. So I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been canceled or indefinitely postponed. Getting kind of Majora's Mask vibes from this, actually. And you are. You're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Matsuya, and I'm here to see Kazal. Homeboy does not even care. That's rough. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. I love how we're about to, like, solve this entire issue. And he's just gonna be like, he has so much egg on his face. Because, like, I mean, we tried to talk to you, but, I mean, you seem pretty busy. Yes, can I help you? I remember seeing you back at the guild. You wanted to speak with Kazal too, did you? Not a fisherman of Akiali, a nearby village. I will sell my catch to Kazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard the consortium had been struggling, I became worried, so I had to come and see him. But as soon as he's free anyway, he's a hardworking man, and I dare not disturb him. May I ask, what is it that you do? A little of that. Adventure, you say, and you travel the world helping people? Must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? See, I brought some fresh fish with me. The portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. Problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kalzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. Please, silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Sell dudes fish. Hell yeah. No, then we can begin at once. Cannot be skipped. You wish to cancel it. Oh, okay, I know what this is. Customers, I'm in your debt. Try peddling my fish. So say 3 people here in Lamad. Observe from you and learn. I kind of like the accompaniment thing. I'm pretty sure that's going to continue in Dawn Trail. Oh, wrong way. I like that he pops into existence behind you if you do a special move or dash. It's actually kind of funny. Good for you. I'll be back there in a second. You didn't have to. I do appreciate it. I will be back there in a moment. Yes. Greetings to you. I suppose well enough given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was under chaos when the tower first appeared, grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back, continue my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. Trust me, I don't. Make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host instructions. Hope they'll deal with it soon so we can go back to our normal lives. The days where you could earn just as much as you gave and tuck your meal satisfied that you did good work. Fresh fish? Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. When you ball me like that, how can I not buy? Right? Very well, give me some of your fish. Kip is salesman confirmed. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. I succeeded in making a sale. My God. Fmish. Always Fimsh. Hi. Tamsin. I'm sorry, JSB Fishing. I don't know why I thought that was Tamsin for a second. Dingus Brain. Dingus Brain has prevailed. Dimsh. I mean, wait. Oh, hi. When did you turn into an aura? I totally missed this development. Baited that reaction again. Drank. Thank you for drank. I must consume drank. Probably do it during my next trial. I appreciate it. Impsh. Exactly. This is of course the quest made for me. I've not had it. This seems interesting. Haku said, do you sell any fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some armor. Let's say it doesn't. They don't need to be expert quality. What do you need so many armor for? Lingering effects of the ether sickness. Right, it is appreciated. Eating, of course, may seem like a lot of light, but I'm going through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but no vessels coming these days. The wares are beginning to pile up. By that same token, nothing is coming from overseas. Not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking for the next shipment has arrived for this and that and this and that. All it wears me down. I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. Pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat and it took my mind off troubles for a moment. What do you mean? Fucking, that totally could have gone into more with a positive impression. Let's move on outside of town, shall we? That is bullshit right there. Because we totally could have continued from that. I have salmon fillets downstairs. I need to defrost them, though. I don't know how long I'm supposed to defrost that thing for. Like, they go from freezer to fridge. Probably test it tonight. Like, you could have totally gone from there. Like, that's the part that, like, oh, you could have gone from there. I think it ends up being that it would have been too much of a slow game, and I think it would have got lost in conversation, lose the sale, so I can justify it. That's fine. I'll take 2 out of 3 if I can get this one. What a dude. Don't mind him, rather busy. Oh god, it's my stomach. Ether sickness, no, nothing so unusual. Bring it back to work. I just ate a little too quickly. I don't know if I want to be direct with him or not. With that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. Working as hard as I can while I still can, better to be prepared. It's like I'm trying to impress anyone. You got him. There's some lassie and mango lassie, maybe, probably. You excuse me if you. Oh, fuck off. Make a sale, but did manage to build something of a relationship? Nah, you built rapport. It's really eye-opening experience. Let's return to the pier. I always suck at these. It's almost like you can tell I suck at talking to people. I don't know. I was debating on that second option. Like, that seems a little not direct. I overthought that. I don't know. I see how the second one would have been. The second one would have been the valid option. Because it's, oh, it opens them up to conversation rather than just doing an acknowledging statement. Like, I see the reasoning behind it. I am just god-awful at talking to people. Whoops, wrong one. 1 to 3 fish rip, exactly. Keep seeing the gemstone trader. I know Rev said I probably should start doing those. I don't know what they do. Fixated on work, so you might need to be a little more direct. Well, I was direct on that last one. I was a little too direct is the issue. Like, the reasoning makes sense. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. Man, so one of the 3 people you approached, it was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Though you did fail too, there are lessons to be learned in both successes and failure by applying yours, never to become a better peddler. Can I check rewarding from those? Oh, okay. As much I can do alone. I hope things will return to normal for the console soon. Thought I heard from the voice, who would it be but Matsuya. Have you finished your business with the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore. Sorry, Matsu, I'm truly sorry. I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. But by myself I can't. Want to help you, I do, but as it stands, I can barely help myself. Pour it all, my all into this consortium, and I'll be damned to let it fall apart. Friends and families depending on me, but I can't. I won't fail them. Sisters as my witness. So yeah, I'll have to deal with the gem traders at some point. I gotta go actually deal with them. We're using what I've learned from you. I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Best friend of my village. Thanks again. Please take care on the road. Economies as much as it makes others boom. Exactly. It's almost like it affects everything. Yeet. What is that? Oh, it's a shark. What the hell is that? I almost said Georg, like Zelda. Been busy, managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. There's some fish involved. All you gotta hear. See, we also heard the towers affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are certainly commonplace. As before, the culprits are most certainly tempered Imperial soldiers, and as before, they are meant to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telephoroi. Not to feel you were helping. He's in Arcasadora, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people who are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? Probably not. Something the perpetrators aim, it does stand reason that the Arcasadora would be primary targets. This is the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout and adherent still. Better go after him. Kelly lies this out to the west, as I recall. Direction is to Carl's acquaintance, incidentally. Then keep eyes peeled when you make for the village. It's collapsing on itself. Right. No, it just has impacts on everything around it. Radiant Guard. Okay. Curious why everything was 81, but I mean, it is technically on level. Sandy mounts to right, but elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. I can do like major traders, especially overseas traders. Heard about the towers, no steer clear of them. Right. Well, if anything, suddenly there is a thing that wasn't there before and is a negative context subject that can spook a lot of normies off. From here either. Leave me alone. Help somebody help. Wow, he got real off the road, didn't he? Bird. What a excellent black mage. Wow, he got all the way over here. Jesus. Literally the only problem that place has, the rid wall problems route. Yeah. Where did they go? Where are you here? So you found him in time. Your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do. Well, rolled everything, and those men came. Kidnappers, we heard that Akasadara are being targeted. Clearly you have as well, perhaps. Best if you take refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. See, then it's your decision to make, but you should still take care not to travel alone. Question, if I may. It is our understanding that the strange fiends have emerged from the tower. Thus tell us that these beings, not much I'm afraid, I have no idea what they are, but I've heard some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot, House of Divinities in the old tongue it means. But they're not true divinities, they're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's face so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified without to deny outrage. Know that it is not for our purpose, but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. And we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we will learn all we may about them. Tell me of thy divinities and their true nature. Honest way to save us, really. I think I had you peddling fish. To answer your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. So because I'm a terrible storyteller and ask my fellow villagers to do it. To our village, we're good, God-fearing folk. All of us would be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. Always the fish. Always the fish. Tower of Zot, ring a bell. It's so familiar, I don't remember it. Like, I've heard the name. Shall we thou pace the village a visit? Wonderful, just follow the road west here down the hill, you can't miss it. This is the simulacra of Thanavarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. Kidnapped, banished, or imprisoned in the tower. For that we will be able to save them. Though indeed saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Like as not, like I said, we do all we can to study the religious traditions. Heavily inspired by 4. Okay. Now 4 is going to be wild when I go through it. One day. One day, I'm going to go through all the older games. Once I finish, like, Endwalker posts, I'm going to have some fun streaming some stuff. Or I dive into the next Final Fantasy immediately. That's a short walk away. Maybe, what, a couple hours in an IRL map? Maybe. Welcome to Akiali, my friend. This means White Beach, and there isn't much here save that, so please make yourself at home. Meetings have already begun. The companions have already been talking to everybody. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with the Tonga and old XIV. They're free at the moment as it happens. You wish to know about our gods. I'm curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Don't know how it is once you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups: the Minusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities. Their forms, personalities, many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience. By heeding their teachings, we strive to people and live better lives. I can tell this lava fellow is going through the MSQ because he just popped by, just completely just blasted through that dialogue and just moved on. Just in learning about our gods, say you. That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Minusia and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually seeking the wisdom of the Minusia, the Murga cast aside their own heads, pick up those of their foes. Likewise, Minusia coveted the might of the Murga, and they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered an age of harmony between two factions. And then on the sign of their esteem for another, the Minusia have worn animal faces, and the Murga limbs of men. Interesting. There you are, learning a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let all your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Why did my brain automatically think it was a sixth house idol? Sixth house idol. Wow. From Morrowind. Apologies for the way I wish to show you this hanging scroll, which depicts three of our most revered deities. By all means, we'd like to see it. I feel like this is a reference to older Final Fantasies. Minusia, you heard about them already. Yes, three sisters. Center one is the eldest. Cinderuva, the goddess of wisdom, for this alchemist holder on the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Cinderuva, the goddess of wealth. She counts many traders amongst her followers. On the left is Minderuva's the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. Fashioned like the Minusia, the deities of the Orzer preside over a myriad of aspects of life. So the Murga, if I may ask. Murga hold power over nature at ages past. They were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have the occasion, visit our temples and ruins, and you'll find the images there. Among them is God who possessed the Gaja's head, and he's venerated as the progenitor of the Arcasadara. I feel like this would be India, right? Rather than Persia or anything Arabian, unless that's another part of the island. And there are the dragons that occupy a special place in our history, as all dragons do. You worship dragons too. You've triggered Estinian's fight or flight response. Like I said, it's said that the ancestor of the satrap, ruler of Radz-at-Han, forged a covenant with the dragon divinity in ancient times, and he has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that if the satrap is needed, the dragon ally will fly to his... Oh, this is the one Estinian's gonna... This is the one Estinian's going to ally with. Okay. 3 systems 4. Okay, so those were from 4. I'm going to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. Your passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident the information you've given us will serve us well in all efforts to deal with the tower. Very kind of you to say thank you. I'll pray for your success. This time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. Goes by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her in a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. A pretty lengthy quest in comparison. Pretty lengthy in comparison to beginning of Shadowbringers. So you're going to see Nidhana. Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant, beautiful, kind, understanding. Did I say she's beautiful? Stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. Those eyes, when you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Try not to, homeboy. Not shiver in shock. Where the hell am I going? Give off. And kinda. I can just walk by. Something tells me that there's a fate or a dungeon soon. Not fate, dungeon or trial soon. Okay. It's in the invite. Okay. I'm like, wow, okay, we're already coming on that dungeon. God. Jace got me. Got him. Bit to go. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen until after the quests come back into each other, which I will not be covering tonight. Send you a tell. Lamau. Yo, I see y'all here. Mind if I hit that Aetheryte first? A little down, Baveth. You got me. Next stream with a bang. Yeah, that's the intent. This is meant to be a introduction into Endwalker. Kind of gets some of the story bits out of the way. Oof. Village is not doing well.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Oh, I honestly haven't even seen that tell. Let me scroll through it in a second.
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have guests.
Mm-hmm.
You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
Small aura child. What is this sassy lost child doing here?
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Sorry, if you hear my chair, I'm having to shift a little bit.
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
My God.
Scales? We have new scales?
Drugs? Drugs? It's the cat drugs meme, right? Drugs?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Those are in fact scales.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Uh-huh.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Justinian is very confused.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, they are.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
Interesting.
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Wait, who are you people? God, I love it.
Of course. You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
Yeah, they really went heavy with Indian references.
The end to our toil is near.
Interesting writing, though. I like it.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
I want him to say I just Dragoon jumped 20 feet in the air.
Curious that it concerns you so.
Uh-huh.
But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
Deneen has much to learn from this man, this child, and this dragon.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Amazing. What is
Is
this?
this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
What is this? What is this editing? I love it.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Amazing. Stinian's about to get got.
Now, see here. Come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Stinian's gonna get got.
Cease
okay.
your shoving, or so help me.
See, you're shoving us, so help me. Can I get an audio bit of that, please?
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement.
I love this. This is Dragon
No harm
Cult.
will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent a request to your Mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results.
You could tell that entire sequence was 100% sourced from what they learned doing the Hildebrand quests.
Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Stinian is missing. This is why we need old Dragoon armor back. ARR as your Dragoon set. Because it's spiky. It keeps people off. They can't glomp you. Where is he? Where is our man? You need to pick up you, though. I can't find Bro Stinian. Where did he go? Can't see him. Oh well. That wouldn't be possible if not for Hildebrand. There was definite Hildebrandness in that scene. Like that was 100% because of Hildebrand, and I love it. Oh, no Brostinian. Oh, thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and are grateful that you would assist with ours. O'Cryer herself is tied up with another investigation. About that investigation, definitely didn't already finish that. Kip is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. Understand correctly if you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. As we do, and as you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near without being tempered. Such we can only study the tower from afar and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, these bade us alchemists to create enchanted talismans that allow our soldiers to venture into the tower even should they lack innate protection. Such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident, even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods to date, those utilizing dragon skills prove the most promising. I mean, dragons are inherently creatures of magic, to be fair. That actually tracks. They're not magical, they're of magic. It's a little different. Owing to their etheric density. Says the dingus who has dragon model. Yeah. As scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces, mighty the dragon, the greater the resistance. Or akin to nukes, I mean, yeah. Seek to amplify the protective prosperity throughout our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by his excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. We'll be ready to conduct a field test. Here's where your blessing of light comes in. We'll increase the requirements, yeah. Unless you wonder, we only ask that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you'll be venturing into the tower's field of influence, and so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you with permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful, seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would greatly friendly assistance you can provide. I wonder what Xenos and Fandaniel are doing right now. Those two, they get bored very easily. If you're ready, let's put up your blessing to the proof. You exit the Great Work and turn south. There will be a hill to the right. It will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. I really am very curious what they're doing right now. We're not going to know until some fucking levels. Like, we're still in the 80 quest. We probably won't know until at least, what, 83? Maybe. This is just me spitballing. They're gonna slow burn that, which makes me wonder if that's gonna be a post. It might actually be a post thing now that I think about it. So, here's my initial thoughts on how that's gonna go. I'm thinking we go through, we do our Charlian bullshit. We do our Charlian stuff. We finish this. We go back to Charlian. We deal with the towers in Eorzea. We probably deal with Hydaelyn before the moon or during the moon sequence. We will probably have to mantle Hydaelyn in some capacity to take down Zodiark. And then in post, we will deal with Xenos. We'll probably deal with Fandaniel. Maybe in base. We're talking end base. We're talking last, like, 9/10 of the actual quest. He'll be penultimate. He won't be Zodiark status. So it would probably be Hydaelyn, Fandaniel, Zodiark, Xenos is what I'm thinking so far. I'm going to throw that prediction out there, and those that have already gone through that, well, there's my assessment. Anyways, you said you had a tell for me. Set for maiming food like shouldn't be any problem. Oh, no, I'm good. I actually already have a Renacita set that Tamsin gave me earlier. I'm all good. Thank you, though. I'm going to get Tomestone when I can. Probably sparring, probably. Hope that you don't have trouble finding this place or climbing a hill. Not all accustomed to this physical strain. Give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless nights. The drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking suffice protection will experience severe ether No, not the ether sickness again, please. Please. I just got through a withdrawal. Read a test, you'll be exposed 4 times. It should be enough to ascertain your blessings' protective capability. I mean, yeah, one is what? 1 is happenstance, 2 is chance, 3 is a pattern, 4 is, yeah, it makes sense. Going a step further than 3. When you're ready, you should be observing from a safe distance. Their exposure testing. Repeat. Commencing their exposure testing. Shoot to safe distance if you're not the subject. Dude, that fucking lamp just zipping. Dude, it's going. It's going. Look at him. Look at him go. Let me please stand back. What? Oh, you have to be outside the AoE. Blast of Ether, but no suffer no ill effects. So because no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach confirmed, presuming test, please follow. Dude, he's going. It's also a cool way to see kind of the area, the countryside a little bit. It's actually kind of cool. A song that sounds like it belongs in a Bollywood film. Lakshmi? Talk about another power plus ether, but suffer no ill effects. And then target holding, confirm, resuming test, please follow. Yeah. No, Lakshmi goes hard. Her theme goes way too hard. Probably about here. Yeah, about here. The style of area? Probably. Power plus ether stuff, no ill effects. Be keeping you safe from harm. So it seems to be the blessing of light. Fortitude rated impress and no irregularities. Confirming, resuming test. Race for the final discharge. Nah, I think Lakshmi would have been. I get the logic. I don't think it would have been right. Or her theme. I mean, I wasn't a fan at first. It had to grow on me, to be fair. But I see why people wouldn't like it. Completely unscathed. They would collect and deliver to me the supervising alchemist. Congrats. Must take lamp. Or her name. Well, yeah, no, I can see why people wouldn't like the boss. Like, the boss fight itself is just an absolute sponge fest. Return, especially when you're trying to solo it. But I mean, soloing is not necessarily a consideration for when they design stuff. Turn on your knees, promising sign, become this. Take it out of your hands. Sure, replenish the ether and test the talisman. Is any sort of nausea or anything of the sort, you're feeling perfectly fine. Strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. This we can request your aid for task ahead with easy heart. You're capable warrior 2, which you be able to assist me with another errand. See, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of the key ingredient for its spirit weed. Herb grows not far from here and would like to go and harvest some of the recent spate of kidnappings. However, we Isadora travel alone at our peril. Not come with me and my escort. Compensate you for your troubles, of course. And you're dead. Without any further ado, let's head to Jaz's footsteps, at least situated on the road from the east of the Great Work. We're going to see how close I get. If anything, I'll probably have to finish Reaper and Gunbreaker while doing this MSQ, and then I can move on to Paladin. I'm getting real fucking close. Absolutely soaks damage. She is an absolute sponge. Like, I see her, and I'm like, oh god, this is going to take about 10 minutes. Easy. I mean, I can do it faster. I think I've done, like, sub 8 with Warrior. She will eat damage, though. That was nice. Hana, tell me your secrets. But it feels as though we're being followed. Probably are. Look out. You done messed up. This whole road just turned into a weapons-free zone. This battle theme goes hard, but it's not for single encounters like this. I can't wait to actually hear this in trials and stuff. So rusty, God, I feel that. Yeah. There we go. This is the quest marker. Give me a fright. I think the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Sisters and I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope. Let's go. Let's continue on. Then it's not far now, and these pillars are up the rise. Off that. Yeah, have a good one. Like we best turn under a minute on extreme. I mean, to be fair, I'm soloing it as warrior. Like I don't do, even with perpetual 10% Tempest, like I don't do as much damage as DPS classes. I'm doing another Locky. God, fucking Lakshmi is just built different for all intents and purposes. That's a lizard. That is an lizard. Here we are. Jaya's footsteps was a great dancer, one who followed in her. Well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. As the spirit wheat grows here in abundance, I will set about harvesting it once if you'd be so kind as to stand guard. Kidnappers aren't like to return soon, better safe than sorry. Yeah, no, solo. Yeah, I solo it. Every week when it's on book, when it's on Wondrous Tales, I just solo it. Doable as warrior, but you're sitting there for 8 minutes. What a cool temple. I like it. No, if I have a choice, I do Shinryu. You can't do Shinryu EX solo, though. Unless... No, I don't think you can, even unsynced. I'd have to give it an honest go with my warrior. I think the damage check at the end becomes the issue.
Yes, that would be Radz-at-Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
Oh, it's doable. Got off to do that then.
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing. Well, he is the most important person in Radz-at-Han. Long ago, this island was home to 2 tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra.
I'm glad that she's saying it.
When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the war-like Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves.
Not the Hjor!
It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution.
Mm-hmm.
The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radz-at-Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Oh, I don't even remember those. Oh my god. Interesting, Tamsin.
I come
Hi.
all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets.
I told you he gets bored. Unfortunately, people like Fandaniel are not unknown to me. We're gonna put it that way.
I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
A wee. Fuck off.
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
I don't know. Well, the other Ascians did.
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
He's content to watch. He wants to know. He's intrigued. Yeah, there was a shift. Enough spirit way to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back to your work, shall we? Where is he? He's not going to show up, I'm aware, in the overworld. Thanks for your assistance with your help. With a little bit closer to completing our talisman. You must please accept this token of my gratitude. It's 2 separate VAs, mind you. Interesting. Excuse me, I should return my work with the talisman. You're both back. Excellent. Message for you, Mistress Nahada. Seeing that the swords of Giant Skull are running low. Last I looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Orianja told everyone about their tempering cure. Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. My god, please. These new possibilities might be far from it me to complain. We need to replenish our stores. Be happy to tend to this if you'd like. Much as I appreciate your offer to, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone with kidnappers or at large. Though I would press another task on you so soon when I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull. In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found in the island, owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity. Applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. Ori, where it is found aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. Compose you once more. When arriving, the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuha. He will furnish you with that ore. Or at least let me permit me to accompany you. It happens I have an errand of my own that will take me up close nearby. Let me borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nahada. Please do so. Do try to be patient with them. Those that have survived are still in training. We'll bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there if you're ready. Has a Twitch channel? Do they? Really? That's interesting. I mean, once it's public, I mean, they can, yeah, talk about stuff as long as they're not under an NDA. I mean, they can't talk about, say, like, Dawn Trail stuff if they're contracted for that. But yeah, I mean, like, they're in the credits, so that makes sense. Now I just missed a thing or two. A little bit. Zenith, the universe. I don't know, like, I understand Lakshmi. If anything, Lakshmi kind of reminds me of, what's her face from Dark Souls? Not Guinevere. Is it Guinevere? Big chest lady. That's all I can think about when I see, Lakshmi. A big thing in early AR. I don't remember it. I'm trying to remember what it was. What did it do? What quest line was it useful for? Guinevere, was it? Yeah, I was thinking of Gwendolyn. Yeah, Guinevere. What are those? These are Hamsa. The creatures look familiar. It's because they're close kin of your Ursian dodos. Okay. Kept livestock without a rare mini hatchery may be found here. Last, the largest of these were recently raised by monsters from the tower. Countess said hatchery being situated near the tower. The radiant host repurposed the remnants of an outpost as an outpost. This is where my errand takes me in your own destination, but a stone's throw away. No objections to list. First makes the outpost. Was set before it's your word. Yes, travel. You go to bed. You should probably go to bed. This is hilarious. Comedy ensues. Word which means sword. Sword holds is wielded by the Mansuya. Or cast down at conflict's end. Interesting. I like this as a guided tour kind of thing. How interesting. Armadillos? What are those? Those are armadillos. No requiring instructions of the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small isle. This is wild. This is wacky and zany. The craft opens before even I start air. Wow. Main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff outposts on the beach. It's just, yeah, okay, fair enough. Something tells me that that sword is about to go into that tower. Bird. When it was so fun in the old days. Nah, Sats run chess mods, of course they do. Endwalker areas you've been to so far. I like both of them so far. I like the Roman style of Charlian, and I kind of like the India style for this. I thought it was, from the trailer, we were into some kind of Persia or Arab inspired locale, but to see this as India is actually really neat. Here we now manned by the Radiant Host outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Joking, only Fandaniels. I fucking love that. That's amazing. The young Russian on errand for the satrap. I am his excellent baby coming to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. Some to do our duty, we were honored to receive his excellency regard. Yet for his boundless benevolence, treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. We've enjoyed the relative peace and calm these past few days. This remains a front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how his fellow's faring. Like this before me, went to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Maybe now I'm certain he as well. For myself, I assure that all I do of my own volition, and gladly do not think of ill of his excellency. Certain and not that, whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering. Still a worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are a little brother to us all. Care, do you hear? I will, thank you. Who might that be? Not Hanish by the look of her. Let me introduce you. Kip, the Orsian contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. Miorzi, you say. Towers have appeared all over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers. Both parties would stand to learn something new of value here, I believe. Excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious, but would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Some options like a Newfound. Autocorrects the bane of my existence, to be fair. Here's me that you get to properly introduce our company. We are the of the Radiant Host, military order under the Satrap's command. Duty is to preserve peace in the land, be that patrolling streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. Train hard and admit only capable warriors in our ranks. Even so, we struggle to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeed in striking them down on 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. Whether the towers and the areas do they likewise spawn monsters? This is very much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aim to be answered. We should know about the tower. To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. Tower of Zot, as Bokas were calling it, suddenly appeared. It's on the Isle of Aranair. We're safe from its influence at this distance. To go too far into the water and expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? I'm about to figure out what the concept was. I think it was cake frosting. Got him. Yeah, a little bit of a oopsie-doopsie in terms of autocorrect. They're not unique, then our hopes still lie in the talismans. We will keep the monsters contained until they're ready. I'm trying to see where this quest is going to go, because we're still in setup mode. Charlie had a little more of a through line. You're about to the visitor from yours. Is there anything you tell about the Telephoroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower and that they declared war on the whole world. Why are they doing this? What do they want? So we have to understand. To take everyone with them. What madness is this? I bet that they won't let these bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Azor and Far Eastern brothers. Mom, no! Speaking with soldiers, heavy hope was enlightening for you as it was for them. Neutral nation and trading hub, both Radz-at-Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will be grateful for your account. But you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here for a while longer, however, for I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Were not the path is straightforward, you need but follow the road east upon the hump, so you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, enjoyed our time together, until we meet again. There's no to offer you, it's back. I'm separated from your steed. Yeah, no, autocorrect is kind of the bane of my existence. I've had to redo many a business text, email, etc. because of it. That is a big armadillo. I think that's a hunt. That's a hunt. That's 90. Dommel. I do like the waypoints now. That's actually kind of cool. Near destination, then the Hamza dashes off. Nice. Cool mount experience, though. Something... this is indeed the Giant Skull Grounds. I am Zanuha here. Is there something that you require? Giant Skull for the alchemists, you say, but of course they shall have it. Labor tirelessly deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do. Provide them with the materials that they need. You are a sack of the purest Giant Skull. We always set some aside for alchemist friends. When you deliver it, the good old folk for the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Triple Triad. I mean, we went a fair ways. I think that's going to lock me out of that, though. That's probably story gated. That's America. This is on Ice Heart content. Peace being emotional when inspired to see what it's all about. Oh, that's neat. No, I'm really digging a lot of the 14 community. 14 is just full of a lot of legit people. I have just coming from other communities that didn't have as legit people. It's very refreshing. There's a dodo mount. Yeah, I'm aware. I think it's tied to a beast tribe or something. Of the giant skull. Yes, take your sack of rocks. Let's find some specimens. Thank you for bringing these. Now we have everything we need to make our next prototype. One that should be capable of passing our most rigorous test. When it is ready, time for the true test. Please take your ease while you can. That was a weird way to say that. That's why I was struggling with that. That was actually really good still. Yeah, this tank. It's part of the dwarf beast tribe. Beach. Oh, but who shall we find at the beach?
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Nice. Is Cloud's bike? Yes. By default, yes. Without improvements.
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
I think 8 is max for beast tribes.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telephoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea.
Wow, Thancred, tell us how you really feel. Holy shit.
And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
Mood.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
That's will I.
Besides,
our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Amazing. He wanted to be seen. He's so theatrical. Come on, man.
What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
Oh, he knows. There's no way he doesn't.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
Amazing.
At long last.
Oh no. He is a fan of the theatrics.
have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Interesting. They use the dragon scale as a base, and then they embed gems into it. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Oh, you needn't ask. The warrior of Sass, not the warrior of light.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example.
Yeah. Respect.
But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
Yeah, thanks, NateBR88. Glad you're enjoying the content. Welcome. It is appreciated, I assure you. Yeah, have a good one,
Keep an
Jason.
eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
We gotta go all the way up there. I guess it did show us the way there, so that makes sense. I mean, I need to know what he's plotting. There's a couple ways Fandaniel can go at this point in time. Like, he's bored, but he also is interested in what we do. He wants to see how we play his game. He wants to see how he responds. He wants to quantify it. Is he necessarily redeemable? Don't quite know. I think that comes down to know when someone is lost, that kind of morale that was imparted at the end of last expansion. I'm very curious what his plan is or what he intends to do. He's going to strike at an opportune moment. He's a theater kid. He's he is an anomaly. I like that he was presented in the way he was presented. He has a lot that he's adding to the story right now. No, he's a special kind of person, is what I'm gonna say. And that draw distance, fuck off. Rather find our boat than I expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Enough should become corrupted. Do not stay your hand. Of course, pray it does not come to that. You must protect yourself. Our alchemist can fulfill my role. You and your blessing are one of a kind, perhaps. Our only hope of toppling this tower for our sakes. Do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. The longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Tower. It's Garlean construction mixed with something else. I guess Ascian, maybe?
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence.
There it is.
Any moment now.
But the issue is that it's a consistent output rather than a limited burst.
It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Are in fact gates.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
Where are the Guardians? Where are the Primals? Where are the Lunar Primals? Is it also going to be stronger? The output,
few more steps.
The output surely would be stronger here.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
Fandaniel, please don't. I know you're there.
We can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
That's unexpected, but not entirely unexpected, actually. That makes sense. Defense mechanism. Now to force us into the tower. Protects her from the corrupting influence, however, still has defense mechanisms of its own. That's how, okay, that's how it binds them.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
The Owen, yeah, I wasn't sure what Owen was referring to.
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
There you are.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
Yep, she's gone. He's gonna stop it, isn't he? Another to add to the funeral pyre, effectively.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid.
Uh-huh.
The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased.
Mate, I can see your theatrics from a mile away.
My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Didn't stomp on it. He did toss it aside, though. Didn't hear a clink.
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Fandaniel, the sundered Ascian.
Oh my god, he's talking about himself.
I inherited
Here we go.
the position and the soul of the Fandaniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days.
The old Fandaniel. Okay.
Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians, and imbued with the former Fandaniel's knowledge and memories. But
Right.
I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
You maintain. Interesting.
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded.
He not only maintained his independence, which they all do, he chose to not embrace it.
I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
Say that.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Okay. La Habre.
At your service.
Amon. That's a problem. Suddenly that makes a lot of sense, actually.
A nation of unbridled prosperity.
This is the Amon from Crystal Tower, isn't it?
Every need met. Day
Yeah.
after day of unbroken, unshakable peace.
Wow. Okay.
Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they
One
were
Allegan
ever
with the anti-tampering.
hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged.
That makes sense. The Graha
I resurrected a legend.
parallel.
Our first and greatest emperor.
This is Zonde, right?
And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest.
Honestly, Crystal Tower should have been
An
mandatory. Day
inexhaustible
one.
ambition carried us onwards. Always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
At the chemical research facility?
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war. And so I have come to claim you.
Hey, buddy.
For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Right. Because it's a clone in the Crystal Tower. Makes sense.
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell.
Oh, that would have been a shame.
As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these mine-inspired, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
There's nothing else to do at this point but to tactically retreat. There's not. That requires coming back out, and that requires discussion. Turn, where is Mistress Nidhana? A new suit preserved. Been succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Where did you... Oh, okay. I was like, did he run off into the tower? Like an absolute loon? Gather until next will... Yeah, exactly. There's not enough. There's not much you can do at that point. From the outside. That's assuming that the material is even able to be scratched with modern technology and setting. Because Ascian buildings, if there's Ascian architecture in there, could be incredibly resilient. Plus, we don't really have the resources to do that. What happened? So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily lest we endanger Nidhana and the other captives. We must inform everyone of the situation, Nidhana's colleagues included. All together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. BakaSurvivor, thank you for the sub. Do appreciate that. Like... more information is better than not. Sometimes you have to act, but this is a situation where we need to have these discussions. Nidhana, can you answer me this? The Nidhana is trapped in the tower. Is she still alive? Yes. Yeah. Let's make wording scales as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nidhana proved to peril herself. Let's make more scales than she and all those were taken may be saved. Alchemist, that's how we will help win this fight. Imagine being an alchemist as a class and having talismans just drop as buffs on an AoE. That'd be cool. Satrap has been made aware of this tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me to give you his link pearl. May personally discuss the production of warding scales with you. For the heirs and visitors, I bear an invitation. In a report, Mrs. Nidhana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention. Recognizing your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking in person, we'd also discuss further avenues for collaboration. So if it's agreeable, will you not accompany me to the Radz-at-Han for an audience with His Excellency? Not much else to do at this point. Honored, of course. Consider a close cooperation between our lands can only be for the benefit of all. When it is settled, please come to the gates of the Giant Skull grounds and I'll show you into the city. That's going to be the next Aetheryte. we're about... I mean, honestly, we're about where we got to the underground Charlian. We're about there, I would say. I don't know if he's going to be able... I don't know if Fandaniel's going to be able to keep away until we deal with Xenos, unless we're dealing with Xenos very early in Endwalker. That'd be a little strange, though. Because I feel like the tower... I guess it could go Towers, Fandaniel, Xenos, Heidel, and Zodiark, I guess. But there's been a lot of build-up to Xenos, and I don't feel we're at the point that it would make sense story-wise to go there. I feel like there's a lot more setup that needs to happen first. That doesn't quite make sense. Still at the start of the story. Of Endwalker, yes. Hey, Fandaniel has to make more appearances between now and Xenos. There's no way. Each of the quest chains? Right. No, I mean, I'm there. I already finished the other quest chain. I'm trying to, like, predict ahead is what I'm trying to do. I think out loud to myself. First dungeon or trial? God, it's probably going to be... Tower of Zot, if I had to guess. Tower of Zot, or... I don't think Charlian makes sense right now. I don't think it does. It's got to be a tower. That's my prediction. Trial? God. Depends if there's more trials in Endwalker than there was Shadowbringers. There was very few trials in Shadowbringers in comparison. Xenos isn't going to be till the end, if not post. Doesn't let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert and strict restrictions are placed on the entry. Though you have been granted special permissions, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Besides, it's really set up a lot. It's... Once we get back together...
A vast rock squats upon Fandaniel, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han.
I need to see where we go. What is me coming here at night?
Who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
Would be greater if I actually came here in the day.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke.
Ugh.
The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
I would hate to be here in the middle of the day. I could be here at night. Middle of the day, though. Ugh.
But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Love it. Right, you better be able to get the onion. I hear they're still goddamn expensive. I haven't really dealt with chocobos in a hot minute, to be fair. I'm gonna have to go back and deal with them.
Here we are. Megadota.
Nostalgia Modern Warfare 2. I always like Modern Warfare 2.
Directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
There's at least 7 trials.
I'm afraid so. Come. We should head inside.
This dragon could be one of the trials, actually. Now I think about it. One of this dragon, guess, or worm, could be one of them. I don't have enough information to really make a solid, like, projection just yet. I have certain puzzle pieces that I'm shifting around in my head, but I'm like, I don't know what route they're gonna do.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid.
His Excellency is his name.
Introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radz-at-Han. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
That feather would bother me if I wore that.
A regrettable incident indeed.
Did he say it? I didn't hear it in the end. I didn't hear it in the trailer.
Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not.
Hmm?
This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
He's the dragon, isn't he? I was curious about
Forgive me,
this.
But were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Is he a dragon controlling this person?
Nay, he hath the right.
Yeah.
The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
Yeah. I was curious about, because I thought the head of them was a dragon, but now seeing this dude, the charade, and I love it. Trade backwards.
As you wish.
I love it. No, that's great, actually.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me.
Uh-huh.
Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Big boy.
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood.
I was wondering where he went.
Hraesvelgr and Nidhogg.
Because we were missing one.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsormr's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radz-at-Han had an alliance with the dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
No, this makes sense, actually.
A necessary
A
subterfuge.
little cramped.
As the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively.
His wings must be
In
cramped.
the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, They too treated Vitra with reverence and respect.
This is the best place to hide a great worm.
And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz-at-Han.
But if Vitra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
ceremonial. A front.
A charade. Yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
He doesn't have to take control. He just has to keep the charade up.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end.
Fact.
I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
He doesn't speak like Nidhogg and Graceful do, though. He doesn't speak the dragon tongue. He just speaks effectively English.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh.
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radz-at-Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my wind.
That's so cool, actually. That's a cool puppet.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses.
He knows that that's Nidhogg's blood, though.
'Twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bear his fangs.
Nope.
That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz-at-Han. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me.
Will you guys go? Will you guys be the vanguard?
Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told.
Yeah.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
This makes sense. It's mutually beneficial. It's
There's
a good
no
offer.
denying it's a dangerous proposition. but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
Exactly.
I worry, however, that even the 4 of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go, steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Charlian is in order.
We're gonna go back to Charlian now. I surely thought we had several quests.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radz-at-Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
Good guys, Tinian.
I am in thy debt.
I feel like we had another arc going here, but I guess this makes sense to stop it. Rather than expect German now, we have a clear objective ahead of us. Bring our comrades in the Charlian and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. If you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the ether right here before departing, unless, of course, you enjoy violent nausea. God, that's great. Dude, past this point. Wait a minute. What? I can live this. Damn it. No, I can't. I can't actually go down there. So that's going to be a later point then, because that's 85. Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, I already attuned to both these threats. What are you talking about? That is immortal. Ooh, God, that fucking TP cost. Oh, God. Oh, that 1500 hurt. I guess technically I could probably set this as the home point now. I don't need Crystarium now. Not right now, at least. I honestly thought we were going to have a few more quests in that arc. TP press, exactly. Fuck, man, that hurt. You used to bomb me. Thavner, we're back in Chile, Charlian. You cannot to catch your death, we'll need to kit you for the battles to come. Now that everyone appears to be here, so let's take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Thus we have the crux. There's been progress in both investigations. Shall we share the findings from our respective locales? Keep teleport never functioning. Well, yeah, I know why. I can still say it hurts.
Your time in Thavner has certainly been eventful.
Exactly, yeah.
In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I could see that being the next step, actually.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation.
They've been dealt with for now, let's be real.
Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavner.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Frodola's report, they were unable to free the Emulger. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
But what if we gank Lunar Ifrit? They have to run out of energy at some point.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, Thus, the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset.
Right.
Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
Right. No, she brings a good point.
Towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained. And I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within.
Probably does.
Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
If they're still, but there still might still be tempered. Man, that pixelation on that orb is rough.
So we can hope, and I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none.
Exactly.
Many primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
Right.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the BakaSurvivor by a considerable margin.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I was in the right group. Oh, God.
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sage's armament to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radz-at-Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
A military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Oh no, they're gonna bomb so hard. Actually, just gonna like projectile bomb. Ooh. Rough. Well, considering the next is in the dark of the tower, and that is actually both of these arcs done for now, I think that's a good stopping point. We've covered a lot today. We really have. I mean, it's been interesting to get into Endwalker right off the bat. I mean, there's a lot of lore drops, a lot of callbacks to old expansions. It's just the first brood, right? The sibling. It's been very interesting. I can't wait to see where Endwalker goes. This is gonna be wild. If you're on the KIP TV channel, I'll see you in the next one.